After speaking, Charlie patted Wendell's face, and stepped into the hall without paying attention to him. But Wendell completely slumped to the ground, and he did not dare to resist Charlie's extremely humiliating action. Seeing Charlie walked into the hall, Wendell even ran into the hall rolling. Looking around and seeing Claire's figure, he crawled over there, knelt at Claire's feet, kept kowtow, and cried, "Claire, I apologize to you. I shouldn't tell you about it. The rumors, you got the M Grand Group project. It has nothing to do with me. Please, let me go." Claire was taken aback by his actions, and quickly dodged backwards, but ran into a warm embrace. Claire looked back, and it was Charlie who hugged himself. After Charlie came in, he saw Claire. Today's Claire has been carefully dressed, like a blooming star in the crowd, dazzling. Seeing Wendell rushing towards Claire, Charlie took her in his arms first to prevent her from falling, and gave Wendell a fierce look. Wendell was frightened and rolled away on his stomach, for fear of angering Charlie. Claire asked puzzledly, "What happened to him?" Charlie hugged her while whispering, "I'm afraid this person is sick. Leave him alone." Although the two were husband and wife, they didn't have any close contact. Feeling Charlie's warm embrace, Claire's ears were red. She hurriedly broke free from Charlie's arms, and said falteringly, "Well, Chairman Wade of the M Grand Group should be here, I'm going to see." When Wendell fled, Harold just came in, followed by his sister Wendy and his fiancée Yunlong White. Beside Yunlong, there was also a young man dressed in luxurious clothes. Looking at his face, he looked a bit like Gerald. When he met Wendell head-on, Harold said hurriedly, "Oh, Brother Wendell. When I just came in, I heard someone say something happened to your family?" "Really?" Wendell pushed him away in despair, muttering in his mouth, "It's over, it's over, it's all over." Harold asked with concern, "Mr. Jones, what's wrong with you?" Wendell shook his head in fear, dare not say anything. He had no doubt that if he said something that he shouldn't say, he might be corpse on the street tomorrow. So Wendell broke away from Harold's hand and ran out in despair. Harold looked at his back and sighed, "I guess this house is really finished. Shush, too soon, right? It was fine yesterday, but today it is bankrupt." Later, when Harold saw Charlie and Claire, he was moved with bad thoughts, and hurriedly greeted Claire, "Claire, I will introduce you to this distinguished guest. This is Gerald's cousin, Fred White, the eldest son of the White family. Brother Fred, this is my cousin, Claire." Harold introduced to Fred with a flattering expression. As soon as Fred came in, his eyes were tightly focused on Claire. Hearing the words, he quickly stretched out his hand and said, "Hello Claire. I have heard about the beauty of the daughter of the Wilson family a long time ago. Seeing it today, it really deserves its reputation." A trace of dissatisfaction flashed in Charlie's eyes. There was no way for his wife to be beautiful, and the flies around her would be annoying to death after catching one after another. So he stretched out his hand first, shook hands with Fred, and said coldly, "Hello, I am Claire's husband. You?" Fred looked up and down at Charlie, his disdain was overwhelming, and he withdrew his hand before he said indifferently, "I didn't expect Claire to be married. It's really a flower on the cow dung." Wendy quickly explained on the side, "Brother Fred, this rubbish is imported into our Wilson family. He has no job and no ability." After finishing speaking, she deliberately winked at Fred and said, "Brother Fred, after I marry Gerald, we will be considered as a family, and we must have more contact by then." Fred naturally knew what she meant. This was to encourage him to pursue Claire. Then he smiled and said, "Miss Claire is as beautiful as an immortal. If I can communicate more, I can't ask for it." At this moment, Charlie also saw his mother-in-law Elaine and father-in-law Jacob approaching. After Elaine walked over, he hurriedly said to Claire, "Claire, have you heard about it? Jones' family is bankrupt." "Huh?" Claire asked in surprise, "When did it happen?" "Just now." Elaine sighed, "I thought you would divorce Charlie in the future, and you can be with Wendell, but now it's nothing to watch." Charlie was very depressed. Is this mother-in-law a fool? Don't know that the current son-in-law is the real son-in-law? After seeing Elaine, Fred hurried over and introduced himself. "You must be Claire's mother, right? "Auntie, I am Gerald's cousin Fred. You are so beautiful, no wonder you can give birth to Claire. Such a beautiful daughter." When Elaine heard that Fred turned out to be Gerald's cousin, the eldest son of the White family, and the son of the Rich family, her eyes lit up and she said enthusiastically, "Yes, I am Claire's mother. Are you and Claire friends?"